Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Earth Month series. This is the third of our presentations for Earth Month, and Earth Month is tomorrow. Earth Day is tomorrow, April 22nd. So we are very excited to welcome you today. This presentation is sponsored by Legacy Partners in Environmental Education. And as you can see on the slide that's up there now, we have a tag. And our programs are supported through the tag and other sponsorships. And Legacy was created in 1992 by a group of individuals. It's dedicated to providing quality, fact-based environmental education materials to the citizens of Alabama. So today, the organization brings together state and federal agencies, businesses, environmental groups, associations, and concerned citizens to provide comprehensive environmental education programs without duplicating efforts of other organizations, which is very important. So Legacy's goal is to operate as a true partnership of all groups interested in environmental education, to develop and provide balance in the environmental education programs and prevent that duplication by supporting existing quality environmental education programs. The revenue for our environmental education programs comes primarily from the sales of Alabama's Protect Our Environment license tag, and other money come from the partnership programs, donations, corporate sponsors, in-kind donations, grants, and special events. We have one more program after this. If you show the next slide, please. And this has been our series. So next week, we will be highlighting Gulf Shores, the Gulf Coast Sustainability Academy, and their Science by the Shore, Small Town, Big Garden. So we welcome your participation next week as well. Today, however, we are very happy to have Charles R. Drew Middle School. Mr. Tim Young is the principal there. Charles R. Drew Middle School is the 2022 awardee for Alabama Green Ribbon Schools. And they're located in the Talladega County school system. They focus in terms of environmental education on increasing the state's environmental stewardship and sustainability by reducing negative ecological impact. They are positively impacting Talladega County community with their research-based environmental education and awareness by utilizing project-based learning classroom lessons to further build sustainable green living practices throughout the local community. They have an innovative recycling and Drew school-wide initiative where more than 950 pounds of used paper and plastic were collected and recycled throughout the academic year. And they have also created successful community awareness campaigns through communication flyers, public service announcements, videos, and so forth. So there's so many more things I could tell you about them because we received their application as a Green Ribbon School, and they are doing a tremendous job in their community, and they're fully committed to environmental education and their STEAM curriculum. But I'm going to stop here and let them tell you about Earth Day, the Drew Way. So welcome.
Okay, Dr. Robinson, first I would like to thank you, Dr. Klein, and Legacy Partners in Environmental Education for this opportunity to showcase our school. The work that we have done and the projects that we are currently doing are in efforts to bring environmental awareness and to reduce the impact of our planet. I would like to introduce formally our green team at this time. Ms. Hill, my assistant principal, Ms. Chapman, my technology specialist, Ms. Keppel, 7th grade life science teacher, and Ms. Burnett, 7th grade AgriScience teacher. We will all be presenting you today with different areas of focus. that highlights some of our work. Just a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Tim Young, principal here at Charles Audrey Middle School. I'm in my 23rd year as an educator. I've been a principal for 11 years. Prior to that, I was an assistant principal for 7 years, and I taught 6th grade for 5 years. Okay, about Drew Middle School. We're located in Lincoln, Alabama, right here on the eve of NASCAR Talladega Super Speedway race weekend. Very rural school. We're Title I. 67% of our students are free and reduced lunch, or on free and reduced lunch. Our enrollment is around approximately 500 students, 493 to be exact, serving students in grades 6 through 8. We are the feeder pattern for Lincoln High School. Our most recent accomplishments: we became STEAM certified in 2019 through Cognia, formerly known as Advanced Ed. I'm very proud of this accomplishment because we certify as a school and not just through math and science. In 2020, we were recognized by class as a school of distinction. In 2021, which was last fall, we were visited by the Alabama STEAM Council. And this year, as Dr. Robinson stated, we are Alabama's Green Ribbon School winner. I would like to share some efforts we have made to reduce the environmental impact in our local community. I'll be talking about going green, building transformation, resources, curriculum, activities, and partnerships. In this presentation, you're going to hear our work with Green Ribbon Schools as well as our Earth Day Challenge. We found it very difficult to separate the two because both initiatives are embedded daily in our school culture. DMS is committed to going green. We did this in the summer of 2018. Lesson plans, course syllabi, other important documents were required to be submitted digitally. We adopted Google Educational Resources to continue our Going Green commitment. Google Classroom serves as our digital office to house important documents. We use Google Calendar to set up meetings and plan events. Our faculty and staff use Gmail to communicate with all stakeholders. As far as the building, we have water bottle stations, recycling bins inside as well as outside the building. And we're very intentional about how we use lights, heating and air units, conserving our resources throughout the day. These are just some of the activities that have helped transform our building and our culture. Outside, you'll find landscaping, tree planting, community cleanup days. We have throughout the year, hosting farm day events, building bat houses, building beds for disadvantaged children here in our local community. We recycle, of course. We feed the community through our own community garden. These are just some of the ways we give back. We couldn't do all these things without support of our partners. Just to name a few: Calhoun County Recycling, Munford Recycling, Alabama 4-H, National Geographic, U.S. Forest Service, and Honda Manufacturing of Lincoln. Excuse me, we set out strong efforts to reduce our water consumption and our ground conservation efforts. We have 2 installed water filtered bottle stations for students and teachers to use. Many use refillable water bottles versus paper cups. 100% of our landscaping is considered water efficient. Our campus is irrigated through rainwater only. Less than 15% of our campus is covered with impermeable surfaces. We have open fields, lawns, and unpaved parking. 75% of our driveways are porous surfaces or grassy areas. Our water surfaces are monitored daily by the Water Authority that provides water to our campus. We have an outdoor pavilion that we are very proud of. Our campus is grassy and heat tolerant. Flora and fauna, has bird habitats, vegetable plasticulture, gardens that hold moisture, and more. Okay. Some of the products we use, 85% of our paper products are recycled and are certified as green. Cleaning chemicals are low as permissible. Simple green products are used when feasible. Okay. We even have eco-friendly transportation. 98% of our students ride a bus or carpool to and from school. Vehicle loading and unloading areas are at least 25 feet from the building air intakes, doors, and windows. Very proud of that. All of our buses, the routes are studied to determine the maximum safe route throughout the school year by a district transportation office and safety director. Student traffic and carpool traffic have specific and separate routes, and bus loading and unloading are specifically designated as safe. Carpool lines and bus lots must respect the no idle zones. We limit the arrival and departure times to further enhance the no idle zones. As far as our health and wellness is concerned, we have a very active nurse. She's very strong and great at what she does. So school personnel are instructed each year to be aware of the students who have identified needs such as asthma or other environmentally induced health issues. School policy is that no types of air fresheners nor even highly scented personal items are to be used in confined areas such as classrooms or restrooms. The school nurse and her staff are utilized to help assure that staff and personnel are aware of any potential factor that may become new trends, imposing new or additional air contaminating hazards. She's on campus each day to address the health needs of students and adults, and to assist in monitoring students with health-related conditions. There's not any reported evidence of excessive student attendance issues related to environmental issues. At this time, I have Monique Chapman. Again, she's our technology integration specialist, to talk to you specifically about how we are celebrating Earth Day this year. Monique?
All right. Hi, everybody. So I get the pleasure of telling you about what we're doing for Earth Day. I am a technology integration specialist, and I'm also the Title I resource teacher. And this is my 18th year in education. I taught first grade, fourth grade, and sixth grade being my favorite grade. But yeah, it gives me an honor to show you what we have been working on and some of the things that we are doing. So every morning we have something that we call the Drew Way, and the students will say it. So they do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we stand and we do the Drew Way. And so we thought, what if we take what we do every day and implement it with Earth Day? And just like you said, Earth Day is not just tomorrow. It's something that we just want to embed in our practice every single day. So we just took Drew Way and we just kind of launched this Earth Day challenge. And so I'm going to just quickly tell you kind of how we presented it to the students. So our D is Dare to Be Different. And we talk about that with behavior. And so we talk to the kids, you know, majority of the people, unfortunately, they're part of the problem with pollution. Every little thing that we do or don't do is going to be part of the problem. And we're trying to encourage them, hey, you got an opportunity to be part of the solution. And then we move on to respect. So we talk about respecting each other, respecting teachers, but not only that, but respecting the resources that we have, respecting our building, respecting the one earth that we have. And every little thing is going to impact us either in a positive way or a negative way. So we encourage them to do one thing, like do one act of kindness. And we also got teachers involved with this as well. We just wanted everybody to do this. And so we have this platform called Flipgrid. It's nothing new. It's something that teachers use in their classroom on a regular basis. And this tool was created to amplify voices. And so different teachers use it for different reasons, and sometimes it's school-wide. So this is a school-wide Flipgrid challenge as well. And students were to find their one thing that they were going to do, and then do a 1-minute video recording. So on this platform, not only do they do their one act of kindness, but they get to share it with the rest of the student body. So I can go on another student's video and I can leave comments like, oh, I think this is an amazing job. This gave me a great idea. So that was our respect. And then we encourage, don't just do it by yourself. Don't be afraid to get your family involved. And that was one main reason I didn't want it to just be we didn't want it to just be a student challenge. We wanted the teachers to lead by example. And then the last one is to work hard to make a difference. Even though we were asking for one simple kindness, act of kindness toward the earth, we knew that for some of them, they were going to have to get out of their comfort zone, because we were asking them to put this Flipgrid on a platform where everybody can see it. So I'm just going to share you some of the results of our Earth Day challenge and what are some of the things that were turned in. So if you see the video, this is Savannah. The video is Olivia, but the still photo that you see, that's Savannah. I couldn't share all of the videos. They're so great, y'all. But Savannah wrote a poem. She wrote a beautiful poem. Let me tell you, this girl is very shy. She likes to work independently by herself, but she did this challenge and it was such a beautiful poem. And this is Olivia. She's a 6th grader. This is her first year at our school. She comes from a private school, but I'm going to show you what she did for her Earth Day challenge.
Hi, my name is Olivia Buff. I'm 12 years old and I'm in 6th grade, and I have gloves on and I have an old Walmart bag, and I'm going to go pick up some trash that is on the side of the road. So I'm just going to go down the road, and this is mainly where I find trash, down here. And I'm going to make sure to stay closer to the woods and be careful of cars. I found this styrofoam cup. I found this can, and that can over there. I also picked up a plastic water bottle. By the end of looking for trash, I had a whole bag full of aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and candy wrappers. When my friends and my parents, my neighbors, or any family that I have sees me picking up trash, I hope that it encourages them to pick up trash so that us as a community can make our roads cleaner and safer. I hope this encourages everyone to pick up trash around their neighborhood or in a park or just anywhere. Happy Earth Day. Hi, my name is Olivia Buff.
Okay, so that was Savannah was the first one. Olivia was the first one to submit her video, and of course we were just so proud that she did that. And so here are a few more examples that we had. We allowed the students to choose their own medium and whatever they felt comfortable with. So if they wanted to do a video, they could do a video. If they wanted to go clean up a park, whatever they wanted to do. So at the top corner, that's Alana. She's also new to our school, and she just decided to use her social media account. So students, you can't take them off social media. You might as well try to encourage them to use it for good. And she just posted a simple message on her Instagram, and we accepted that. And then there's another example here. This student created this poster, and all of the posters that were created, I kept telling the kids, okay, I love that you created a poster, but now what? What are you going to do with that poster? So a lot of the posters, we are posting them on social media tomorrow. We have a Twitter account, we have a Facebook account. So we are constantly, all day tomorrow, we are going to be sharing with our entire community some of the things that students have been creating. This poster was created in Canva. So it's another tech tool that our students use on a regular basis. And I just thought it was absolutely beautiful, the work that she did. Here are my wonderful administrators. They got in on the challenge as well. And this was during spring break. So I was afraid some of the teachers was like, no, don't bother me, but they were all about this. They got in their yard, they got in their community, and they posted on Twitter what they were doing. So they were planting trees, they were cleaning lakes, they were cleaning parks and things of that nature. So I've got one more quick video clip I want to show you. She's on here. This is Shannon Hill, our assistant principal, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what she did.
Hey guys, it's Miss Hill. So my community project for Earth Day is that we are walking along the shorelines and picking up all the trash. Recently we had a lot of rain, and when we have a lot of rain, the water rises and it takes a lot of debris and trash through the channel. And so after the water went down, we noticed there were lots of trash around. So we're walking the shorelines and we're picking up trash. This is just one example here of against this pier. You'll see lots of trash. So we plan to kind of walk around, pick up the trash. This will also help with our wildlife, kind of cleaning up because the water starts to rise on April the 1st.
So we were proud of her too.
Hey guys,
and then I've got one more. I thought that was the last one, but I forgot about this one. This was my absolute favorite. I'm sorry, Shannon, yours was great too. Like everybody's was really great, but I did not even know this was such a thing. So this is our 6th grade STEM teacher, and you're going to find out a little bit more later on in the presentation, some of the things that she's always doing. But somehow in some way she found these pencils that when you get done using the pencils, you actually plant the pencil and it becomes a tree. Like I was just blown away. I'm like, this is not a competition, but you win. But I'm gonna let her share what she did.
Hey guys, it's Miss Simpson. So for my Earth Day challenge, I have bought these pencils that you can actually plant when you finish using them. They're actual number 2 pencils that you use with your schoolwork. And then when you sharpen them down to where you can't use them anymore, you can plant them like this one is. And at the top of the pencil, it tells you what you're actually planting. So this one is a spruce tree. So I should have a spruce tree when this is actually finished growing. So the directions say to put it down with the green tip down into the fertilizer, and it will grow, keep it inside. But my plan is actually to, once it starts growing and it outgrows the pot, to plant it at the school. And I have 5 of them. So this is my Earth Day challenge. Happy Earth Day. Hey guys.
I just love that. And so the last thing that I'm going to wrap up with is we are doing a school-wide shoe recycling. So we have SGA, that's our Student Government Association, and Brittany Brewster, she's new to our school. She's a teacher, special education teacher, but she has everybody that has old shoes to bring in the old shoes, and they are going to send them to a company called Got Sneakers. And Got Sneakers will kind of clean up the shoes a little bit, and they will donate those shoes to the less fortunate, a lot of times out of the country. And so instead of these shoes ending up in a landfill or in a dump somewhere, they are going to, they're going to be a blessing to someone somewhere. So we are so excited about that, and it helps us raise money for our school. So those are just some of the things that we've got going on that's centered around Earth Day. Tomorrow, teachers got all kinds of lessons going on. They're going outside, they're planting in vegetables, they're cleaning up our stadium and cleaning our campus. And so we are just so excited about Earth Day, but really all year round, some of the things that we've got going on. So now I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Hannah McBurnett and for her part. I'm sorry, Keppel.
It's all right. Hello, My name is Amanda Keppel. This is my 10th year being the 7th grade life science teacher here at Drew. I'm also the recycling team coordinator. Our journey to becoming a green school began in 2018 when I saw an advertisement by National Geographic Society to participate in a geo challenge that was specifically focused on tackling plastic. The problem of plastic pollution on our planet is a personal concern of mine, and I am conscious daily through my habits of plastic pollution. I thought it was really important for our students to participate in this challenge because of the real world applications and because the project modeled our school's motto and our core values. The competition specifically addressed the urgent global pollution problem of plastic in our waterways. As a way to help students become more aware of the STEM-related careers and to support our content standards, the 7th grade students took on the Geo Challenge titled Plastic Pollution. The idea of this challenge developed into a year-long entire 7th grade cross-curricular PBL. The Geo Challenge, the students were presented with the problem of plastic pollution in our waterways, and they were asked a much larger question to choose the planet or plastic. As a result of this project, a group of 8 students worked hard to create a real-world solution that would actually impact our local community. A group of these students wanted to start a recycling program within our school and in our local community. After the initiative was created and implemented, the project was submitted to National Geographic Society's 2018 Geo Challenge. Out of 1,500 schools that submitted projects in the Southeast United States, our group was selected to present their recycling solution as a regional competition at the University of Mississippi. Our students received 2nd place in the regional award for Community Impact Outreach Program. We were so proud of them. As a result of this grade level PBL project that happened in 2018, our entire school now continues to recycle on a daily basis in every classroom and in the lunchroom. The RID program offers classroom teachers, lunchroom workers, and office personnel the opportunity to recycle paper, plastic, and now metal. To date, Charles R. Drew Middle School has recycled over 1,500 pounds of plastic and more than 300 pounds of paper. Our school is recognized as the 2nd largest producer of recycled products in all of Talladega and Calhoun County. In 2020, our PTSA wanted to participate in our green efforts and purchased and installed 2 water refilling stations. Since the installation of these refilling stations, our school has prevented more than 13,000 plastic water bottles from being disposed into landfills. I am proud to be a Drew Bear and all the things that our school does here. It's been an awesome journey.
Hi, hello, my name's Hannah Burnett. This is my 4th year teaching at Charles R. Drew Middle School, and I also am lucky I went to this school, and this is the only job I applied for after I graduated Auburn, and this is the one I got. So I'm so excited to be here. Okay, so AgriScience at our school, it is an elective for just 7th graders. And this is kind of rare in the state of Alabama to have just an AgriScience program for middle schools. There's not many at all. Most middle schoolers who get to take AgriScience have to take it from a high school teacher at maybe like a smaller school where they're all in one school campus. So this is something great because AgriScience standards align so great with environmental education. So I hope this continues to grow and get more AgriScience programs for middle school. I know Georgia just passed. They're now getting AgriScience programs in elementary schools starting this year. So this is a great opportunity for our students. So something great that I love about teaching AgriScience is why, I would teach nothing else. It's because of the opportunities to do all the projects. lots of hands-on learning, because, our goal in school is to expose children to as many careers as we possibly can. And the best way to get them interested is through activities and projects, because they're really, they're only exposed to the careers they see at home or, in their daily life, which usually isn't that many different careers. So that's something I love to do. So some of the pictures I have at the bottom left-hand corner is a picture. We partnered with an organization called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they have chapters all over the country, and they build bed for students or just any children in the community that needs beds. So we got a grant through the National FFA organization to pay for the materials to build the beds. And some members from the organization came out and trained our students on how to build the beds. But those students, that was the first time many of them have ever got to use a sander before, a drill before. They had to take measurements and use tools. And that really got those kids out of their comfort zone, because, that's something lots of kids don't get to do at home. So we had a great time. We built 30 beds, and then they take them back to their warehouse, and then families can apply for those beds who needs them. And that organization delivers those to families anytime they need them. So it's a great, and the students loved it, because that's something, most of them have never gotten to do before. Another picture is one of our special needs students who they have their own garden in our raised beds. I'll show you on their next slide. So they loved going out to the garden and planting things and taking care of those plants. And every student, it seemed like, wanted to plant carrots. That was the top food to plant. So we were so excited when they actually grew and we got to pull them up, because we had so many carrots. And the other picture, the students doing the activity on the table, we made recycled paper. This would be a great project for anyone on Earth Day or any day. So I told students, we've been in school, we did it in January. I said, we've been in school half a year. I know that y'all have some papers that you no longer need from the beginning of the school year. So let's get them out of your binder, the stuff you don't need. So they all gave us papers. The office gave us papers they no longer needed. And we shredded the paper up and then put them in recycled water bottles. So we stuffed all the shredded paper in the water bottles and added water, and the students shook them up, because some people use blenders, but we didn't have one, so that's why we used the water bottles and improvised, and they worked pretty good. So we had some recycled picture frames some kids brought and stapled a screen along the picture frame, and you put the water paper mixture into your picture frame and squeegee out all the water and set them out to dry. And all the students made 3 or 4 pieces of paper with all the recycled material from their binders. So they loved it. And we added some food coloring in the water and made the paper different colors. So that was a really fun activity, really easy to do for educators. And in the other corner is my quiz ball team. So we love to get students involved in extracurricular activities and competitions. It's a great way to get them out of their comfort zone and get them to get to travel and see parts of the state that they don't know exist, because some of them don't get to travel as frequently. Okay, this is a project I started my first year teaching in 2018. So we started out with a picture, on the left of what our garden space looked like when I first came to Drew Middle School. And it was an area where grass did not grow. It was kind of an eyesore on campus. So, I wanted to make something with it. So fortunately, Mr. Young said, yes, he agreed to letting a first year teacher take on such a big project. That was wild of me to even want to do that. But, it's been a learning process, and it's taken us, since 2018 to get it up and going, because the next picture with the rocks, we started, we dumped the rocks, we spread them out, we got all the wood and materials, and I think it took several years to get the money for this, but the day right when we were going to start building them, COVID happened. So we never really, it took us years to finish building them, just because of all the changes that's happened in school. So students took all the measurements, we ordered all the materials, and I bought the wood and for the planter boxes, and we used the cement blocks they sell at Home Depot or Lowe's. Because that lets students really, build them themselves. And we didn't use any saws, because that makes me nervous with middle school students to use saws. But, it was totally, they built it all. So when people visit, it may not be perfect, but it's a legitimate project that was student built. There was no other adults besides me out there. So, they really legitimately built these. And the last picture is what they looked like last year on Farm Day. When we had a scavenger hunt for elementary schoolers, they were given a clipboard to different things to look at, the bugs, plants, parts of a plant, and they had to go through and do the scavenger hunt to explore the garden. So now they're thriving, and we have been planting plants today, and are planting some more tomorrow to celebrate Earth Day. So it's been a great process to see the garden grow. Okay, this is just some more pictures of some more things we've did on campus that, you know, you can make an impact on your campus in small ways or big ways, just depending, you know, what you feel comfortable with. In the pictures on the left, so the high school, our campus is bordered with a high school, and the high school's driveway has Chinese pistache trees planted down that driveway, and I planted them along with my AgriScience class in my junior year of high school. So we wanted to replicate the same trees on our driveway because they're side by side. So students went out and measured how far the high school's trees are and measured our driveway and did the calculation to see how many trees we needed to buy. We partnered with 100 Trees, a local tree nursery, and the Forestry Commission paid for our trees, and we planted our trees on our driveway. So that was a huge project, and got to partner with people who are expert in planting trees. And those trees are just, you know, they're starting to take off because, as you know, trees growing is a slow process. And then on the other side is some more projects we did, tried to re-landscape and install more mulch because there's some areas at our school that just wasn't, you know, really upkept as much as it should have been. So we're still working on that and trying to add more plants, you know, so we've had some people purchase plants for us. So we're going to keep working on those areas, and kids love those opportunities to go outside and work. I mean, they'll beg me every day, can we go outside? Can we go outside? So they love their Chromebooks and technology, but they do love to get to go outside and do something, you know, other than being on technology. Okay, this is an activity that our Lincoln FFA chapter hosts for the high school and middle school together. We host a farm day every year, and this is a great opportunity to get different partners from your community to come in and present. So at our farm day, we have 3 different schools have attended, local elementary schools, the Alabama Deaf and Blind School, and Stimley Elementary School, which is a feeder school for ours, have all came to farm day at different points. And we usually reach about 350 students every year. We usually do pre-K through 2nd grade. Sometimes we've had 3rd grade, and we focus on the outdoor activities, agriculture, forestry, environmental skills, environmental science. And it's a great time to get local organizations such as the Forestry Service or the Extension System or the Young Farmers or any organizations, you know, in your community could come out. It'll show kids the world's bigger than what they see. I know this year our farm day is actually next Friday, so we're excited. Smokey the Bear is coming, and different things. So we're really excited. And then our middle school students get to volunteer. They're the group leaders. They lead certain stations. So it's a great time to give those students get them out of their comfort zone and get them teaching other students. Okay, and this is a project we did in January. A company is doing, Kronos is doing a challenge to plant 1 million trees before the end of the year. So Kronos has partnered with schools in our county and has purchased longleaf pine trees because, you know, the Southeast used to be covered with them. And now we don't have as many as we used to. So, you know, our goal is to plant more longleaf pine trees and get Alabama back to the beauty it used to have. So Kronos gave us 90 longleaf pine trees to plant along our campus. So students had that opportunity to go around and plant the different trees along our campus. And, you know, they've never seen longleaf pine trees or, you know what they are, to see them growing in the grass stage. And most of them were like, is this onions? Like, why do these trees look like this? So we got to talk about, you know, how longleaf pine trees don't, you know, they don't start off looking like the trees they're used to. So this has been a project, you know, we've enjoyed, and we're excited to see these trees grow. And you know, many years from now, we hope our campus looks different with a longleaf pine, you know, forest around it. So we're very excited about that.
All right, hello. My name is Shannon Hill. I'm the assistant principal here at Charles Audrey Middle School. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in education for 18 years, 11 years as a classroom teacher, 3 years as a reading coach, 1 year as a tech integration specialist, and now 3 years here at Drew Middle as the assistant principal. So in my section today, I'm going to talk to you about PBL and STEAM and share just a few project ideas that represent our focus on going green. And like Monique said earlier, these projects weren't intentional. They are just embedded into our everyday culture. And so you'll see here at DMS, our teachers spend a lot of time planning planning units that represent STEAM and PBL in their classrooms. And these units are purposefully planned. They are designed for our students to provide an authentic learning experience. Here's a lesson plan. And you'll also see the engineering design process that is hung in all classrooms. Using these resources, we are setting the foundation for both to strengthen our PBL and our STEAM for all students. These components help us target learning, rigorous learning in all classrooms. Students are actively solving problems and they're taking ownership of their learning. Now, through the engineering design process, students are allowed voice and choice when creating prototypes, and they bring their projects to life. They are allowed to critically think about the process, and they find solutions that best fit the problems in which the teachers propose to them to solve within their classrooms. And in the end, our students are assessing their STEAM literacy skills. They are reflecting back on their project, and they are using formative and summative rubrics. All right, so I'm going to share with you just a few projects that represent PBL within our school. And this project here was from our very own Ms. Keppel, and you heard from Ms. Keppel earlier. Ms. Keppel is our 7th grade science teacher. And this project here was called Fishing Sustainability. And the challenge for our students was for them to explain how human actions impact the availability of renewable resources in our oceans. So this project here focused on sustainability of our food supplies. So in this project, students took on the role of a fishing company. And as a fishing company, they must understand the world is interconnected and the action of one nation has effect on another. And as they fish for a variety, or as they are fishing from a variety of oceans, they collect data, they generate graphs that show the change of the ocean fish totals over the years. So not only are our students learning about, human influences on our planet's resources, but they're also learning about the fundamentals of a global economy and how to handle personal finances and how it instills future college and career readiness. Our next project that I'm going to talk with you about is called recycled weather instruments. So our 6th grade science teacher, Miss Miles, she gave the students a challenge. How do meteorologists use tools to predict the weather? So in this PBL learning unit, students were investigating how meteorologists measure and forecast the weather by engineering weather instruments. So throughout the unit, the students collected weather data using their engineering weather instruments. Students then analyzed and they graphed their data, and they utilized technology to develop the weather map. So finally, in the end, these students created a script and they predicted weather patterns. They recorded a weather forecast and they used editing software to finalize their videos. Another way that we lay the foundation for STEAM in our school is that we provide a STEM class for all of our 6th grade students. So you may have heard, Miss Burnett talk about how our 7th graders have ag. Well, our 6th graders, they all participate and have a STEAM class. And so within this class, we're embedding, the students are taking on roles. I mean, they're learning how to be scientists, engineers, artists, technological experts. And so in our STEAM class, we teach our students more than just science and math concepts. We are challenging our students to think critically and to come up with their own solutions to find and to develop a passion for innovation. So we're teaching our children about the 4 C's. It's very important that they understand the 4 C's, with being able to collaborate, communicate, critically think, creativity. All of those things are so important, and how to just work with each other. And so on the next slide, you're going to hear from one of our students. Her name is Taylor, and she's going to explain to you just some other projects that she's been part of. And you're going to see the love that she has for PBL within this video. Hey, Ms. Chapman, we can't hear the video. If you can unmute.
Seventh grade student here.
Okay, how's that?
Hi, I'm Taylor Burden, and I'm a seventh grade student here at Junior School. I love the hands-on projects we do here. For example, we did a beetle race in Ms. Keppel's class, and you had to draw a path for your beetle and make sure it stayed on. When the beetle came off the paper, that's where your race ended. In Mr. Kilgo's class, we did a PBL campaign for running for class president. You had to come up with a catchphrase or something that caught the students' eyes. Then with Ms. Keppel's class, we're making a bionic hand for our front office worker, Ms. Gray. And it has to be able to pick up cotton balls and do tiny everyday tasks.
So you can just see just some of the PBL projects that our students are involved in. You know, they're all proposed a challenge, and of course they rise to that challenge. And they are able to research and to collect data and be able to you're able to see the passion and the rigorous learning that takes place in the classroom. So that's all I have for my part. You know, thank you for listening. And Mr. Young, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
You're on mute.
Hey, Mr. Young, you're muted.
You're on mute.
I'm sorry. Well, thank you for that. As you were able to see, probably looking at previous slides, you saw some Twitter posts. All right, we often praise each other and support each other through Twitter to showcase our story. But we use the hashtag gold standard, and gold standard is one of our highest praises that we again show support for the hard work that goes on in and outside of our classes in our school in general. So we again thank you, Dr. Robinson, Dr. Klein, for this opportunity to showcase Little Old Drew Middle School, and hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them at this time.
Well, we want to thank you all.